So I've woke up quite early. I did have a coughing spurt and everything. It is still quite early in the morning, so I can't make too much noise because my son is asleep at the moment. At this point, it's 7:15, but I've been awake since about 5:30. But I thought I'd do a little sort of chore that's quiet and not making any noise. So I've pulled out what was hubby's sock drawer. I think it's one of the easiest things to sort of start with sorting out the drawers and the wardrobes and everything. Some of these socks are fairly new, and some are what I called his work socks. Others were what he used at weekends and holidays. I've pulled them all out the drawer, and I've put the best ones at here that you can see spread out and rolled up. Then others that I'm getting rid of is at the side. The only problem is with putting a voiceover when you do these things. Sometimes it takes a while to get back into remembering what you videoed. So these are the socks that I'm definitely getting rid of. And then I've got a little pile on the pillow here, which is number one, Dad. These are fairly new socks actually, and I'm going to see if our eldest son wishes to have these as they are new. And as you see, I've emptied it. Now I'm in or shall I say my son's room. This is his sock drawer. This worked out fine until obviously he got a few more socks. We did have a lot of socks because we did have a lot in our caravan as well. So I've pulled out quite a pile of socks that I'm definitely getting rid of. Some may be passed on, the newer ones or the ones that haven't been worn, to a family member, like I said. Others will go probably in one of the bins at the tip to be recycled. So these are all the containers I got out of my son's drawer. Again, some of these are new sets as well. This system did work quite well up until the point, like I said, too many socks. When you've got too many socks or any item, it doesn't have to actually be socks, it can be whatever you're sorting. It's harder to keep that space organised, tidy, and able to pick out things that you can see and put back in their right places. Now there is an awful lot of socks here. I had a number of packs like these when we've been away in the caravan, and these are the socks he had for Christmas. This is a new set. This is an MTV set that I got from Primark. I think it was like £3 for 5 pairs, which was a really good bargain. And these are all the containers. I am reviewing the system that I am going to use in our son's drawer. Here are the containers. I will point out I could not use the same system I used in hubby's drawer due to the fact these drawers are narrower. The depth is very short as well, so that system does not work. I did try it, so I'm going to have to go back to these. But what I've done is, and here I'm trying to explain, I've rolled them this way up, which I don't particularly like, but I get more socks rather than have them rolled down the other system. I could only get about 3 or 4 pairs of socks in, as this way gets about 6 into one of these containers. So that's the system I will be using for the thicker socks, which are work socks with industrial boots. This is another drawer that I've emptied. That is a pair of the really thick heated sort of tog socks. Get a lot of these from like B&M. We use those mostly in the winter. This is when I said we start one job to get onto something else, to get back to the original one. That's all his pyjamas and everything that I've pulled out of this drawer, because that is going to have what I call is thin socks. This one has got more stuff in, like it's got underneath, it's got actually cars and things, but it had his swim shorts in and his shorts he wears that are not pajama bottoms, if that makes sense. These vehicles and everything have got sentimental value, and they used to be on the shelving, but years ago we put them in the drawer. But like I said, I want to space out his clothes to make it easier to put things away. So it'll have his first drawer have his boxer shorts in, then the next drawer will have his work socks in, next drawer to that will have his thinner socks, and then got two for is lounge sets and things like that. I have got those drawers there, they have got pieces in, but I'm not going to sort that out. I'll leave that to our son. And like I said, I've got this hot spot down here. Those two have got paperwork in, that's got all just bits and pieces, but a bit of an eyesore, but I want to get that sorted out. This is obviously my socks, again, doing 3 or 4 things at once. The plastic containers are actually disappeared out of this one because the larger ones are actually in one of the drawers belonging to my son. So I've got a lot of these sort of containers, but the best thing about these, they can be flattened so they don't take much space out. I got them from B&M. Here's the start of is what I call thinner socks. Again, I have told or will tell my son that if there's socks that don't fit very well, especially elasticated, there are times I put them through the tumble dryer. I don't like to do that with socks because especially the elastics and everything. Like this pair, I'm pointing out the plain ones. These are new socks, they haven't been worn. So I've pulled all these black socks out to go through them, and what I've decided is I'm keeping the ones that have got just the colour on the sort of the toes and the heel, because I want to keep a segment of plain black socks that once you've got footwear on, you don't see the design in case you need them to wear them with a suit or dressed up or anything. And then I realised there's 2 sets of the ones that got the days of the week, 2 full sets, so there's 14 pairs of socks there. Again, most of these are fairly new. One set was actually belonging to hubby, the other set to Daniel, and they're now going to be offered to a family member. If not, I'll pass them on somewhere else. Here is the drawer to our son's bedroom, wall unit, with these thin socks. I've sort of got them in categories. Obviously, this is going beyond, like his MTV ones, his gaming ones, got like foodie ones and things like that, Simpsons. This is Christmas, and that's a new pair there. Then in the last segment is all his black socks. I just thought best to keep some just in case you need those plain socks. And down the side, I've got 2 pairs of those very thick socks that we use through the winter. This is one of the drawers that's going to be emptied. Like I said, these are all like sentimental pieces. Our son, right from a young age, has been into vehicles. Got the Aston Martin there. This is the vehicle from Fast Track in America when we went to Disney World. It was especially Daniel's favourite ride. This is Dragster from when we went to Santa Pod. We've been a few times in the past year. And there is a couple of vehicles also from Detroit, from a family member who worked for that company. So the bottom drawer, I'm not going to open it because it has got private pieces in, but those are the 2 drawers that will hold his shorts and his pyjamas. Here I'm sharing once again my socks. Like I said, I'm coming back. I am going to use the system that I had originally for hubby. I'm going to see how this works out for myself. And here I've laid all my socks out, like the Hello Kitty. A lot of these are new ones, going through to like long socks, trainer socks and things like that. I used to have a lot more socks. It looks like a lot there. I've also got Christmas ones, I've got a Halloween pair, and I've got some Easter ones. I've noticed I've got 2 lots of the trainer socks that are actually from Beauty and the Beast. I've got these frog socks that I'm thinking about getting rid of because of the design. You can't put them on with trainers. I tend to check out like Pep & Co. These were £1.50, half price for 5 pairs. So I might get rid of some of my older trainer socks and put those in. But I do like to keep a few new socks and underwear. Don't know if anybody else is the same, in case you go away any time. This is the canvas bin that holds my thicker socks. I want to be able to empty this and put them in the drawers. So that'd be another canvas bin emptied. Here I finally got them sorted out and it's worked out really well. As I said, I've used the system that was originally in this drawer due to the fact that Daniel's drawers are not as the depth is not there to be able to put them in, and the drawers are smaller. But as you can see, I've actually sorted all them out. Got like my longer socks, my trainer socks, going into, that's got 1 pair of Halloween socks that I got from America years ago, a couple of pairs of Easter socks, and then I've managed to put my fluffy socks there. And although I say about getting rid of stuff not used, I've got 2 pairs of tights, 1 black and 1 tan, because you never know if I need them with shoes and a skirt. And this is the 1 pair of fleecy socks that I'm using at the moment that I've been left out. I have sorted quite a few bits out to get rid of. I've still got to place these thick socks. These are the ones that I'm like slipper socks. These are my Our ones. I've had these for years from Amazon. They're about £10 and they're really thick. That's why I always use a canvas bin, because they do take a lot of room up. This is actually another drawer that belonged to hubby. I've pulled out all his briefs and everything. His new one's going to be offered to a family member and I'm getting rid of the rest. I've got a bin full of underwear there. Again, what happens is you start one job, then you go on to something else to get back to the original target. I've got my onesies there. This is all my lounge sets, Christmas pyjamas, and I've got shorts and t-shirt pyjamas, long pyjamas, things like that. Very often I used to wear a lot of black bottoms and change the t-shirts because it doesn't look so much like pyjama wear, and I've said this previously when I'm at the caravan. So these are the 2 empty drawers that I'm going to use for pyjamas, and as you can see I've got all these empty plastic pieces will be used either here or again collapse until they're needed at a later date. Now these onesies are really thick, so instead of having them around sort of the corner, because this is a corner wardrobe, I'm going to put them on the shelving along with these thick lounge sets, and I've just piled all my PJ sets there. So at the top of this, it's actually a shoe rack, which I've used this idea for years because it's easier. I've got 1 new onesie there. I've got 3 new onesies, well, 2 new onesies I should say, 2 that are in use. Then I've got my Harry Potter sort of lounge set, my Heart Love lounge set there. I've got a 3rd set, actually grey, with Disney, that's in the caravan, Disney sweatshirt grey, and there I've got a pair of heart sort of fleecy bottoms. All these items are actually used, except I will point out I haven't been using the onesies. That will be a decision this Christmas whether I actually keep them. So that is finished back there, so I got that bit done. I'm trying to go over all the mess now and start putting everything back so that it's all completely done. This is my, I think it's Miffy, is it called? Again, this is like a 3/4 sleeve top, quite thick, but sometimes I need that sort of sleeve rather than a t-shirt, but I can't normally sleep in anything like that because they're too thick. I did purchase a lot in the past of Harry Potter pieces from Primark. I got like 2 long t-shirt pyjama tops. This one's more day wear, but I tend to use it for lounging around. I've got the t-shirt. I've also got these checked pyjama bottoms. I've got the shorts, and I've got like a crop top as well. These tartan ones might be going, so is the shorts and maybe the crop top. Those couple of items I haven't worn, so I might just get rid of them. But what I remember, I had these in the caravan, wearing them with a long sleeved top that I've shown you a moment ago. But this got like a thread in it, and I'm sure it was these that were irritating my skin. It's got a very thin thread, and for some reason I think it might have been that they were irritating my skin. So this little bit is actually a question mark. If you haven't realised, I've gone from voiceover now to real time, and I just wanted to share with you the drawers now. I'm start with the top one. So there's all my socks. I can see what I've got. It's one of those things, I keep buying socks for relatives. Daniel doesn't need any more, and realistically I don't need any more. The only thing that I probably will replace, because it doesn't matter how I hoover or clean, you're still, if you're wearing socks, you probably know this, if you walk around bare feet, you still pick up dirt, don't you? And sometimes it's hard to get the socks clean. But I do like the fluffy socks, and when I get really cold feet, sometimes I sleep in them in the winter. Other times I just wear them rather than slippers because I find them more comfortable. So I've got 3 there, and I'm actually put 1 pair on my feet. And yes, I've still got my pyjamas on. So this is 1 set. I've got 2 of these sets. But I know that when I put things away, because when Daniel woke up, I quickly grabbed the laundry that was on the dining table to make sure everything got put away, so I knew what I got. This is my pyjamas now. As you know, these were in the corner wardrobe, so I've categorised them. I've got one only pair of black sort of bottoms left. Then these are like me long sort of tops like that. That's my t-shirt from my Harry Potter at the back. These are all short sleeve. Some of them are really scruffy, but I don't know about you, you always seem to go for things that are comfortable, or probably you wear the same things. I keep saying I'm going to try and get out of this, make sure stuff's revolved. Then I've got my Disney villain set there. I've got this set here. I've paired that up. I got rid of the shorts on that set because I bought these for £1, brand new from Primark. So I've labelled it with a top. And then I've got another one of those sets. If you remember, I bought 1 set from Poundland and then they charged me something like £5, £5.50 when it was labelled up like £10 or something. So I went back the same day and brought another set. So I've got 2 of those. But there's going to be always full. This is the fullest it's going to be, because obviously I'm always going to have 1 set of pyjamas out. And then, like I said, these are new ones actually. These are shorts and t-shirts here. These are all new sets. Then I go on to, I've got a number, so when I was in the caravan, when it gets hot, those 3 are like vest tops that I use for sleeping in. I've explained about my Harry Potter. And then I managed to get those 3 pairs of really, really thick socks that I use during the winter. And then if you're wondering, I've got my other 2 pieces down there, along with slippers and everything, and my trainers in that wardrobe. I've got 2 pairs of trainers downstairs. Normally I only have 1, but I've got my thinner trainers and my thicker trainers because I'm sort of alternating between those at the same time. That's something that's on my list, to declutter the pegs downstairs. and the shoe rack. Then I've already shared this, the only thing that's changed. So again, it worked out well with Christmas stuff at the back there. That onesie that's brand new in the packaging. I might even pass that one on actually. That's actually a Harry Potter onesie I haven't worn yet. Love Harry Potter. Then I got my fleece sets. As I said, I know there's one missing, that's at the caravan. And then I got some fleecy jump bottoms that I've explained about those, and my two sort of lounge jumpers. I have got a third one that when it's not in use, it normally goes in this wardrobe here, and that's my Winnie the Pooh navy one that I tend to wear as well. Okay, so we're in my son's room, Daniel's room. So in here I've got his boxer shorts in there. I haven't done anything with that because that's remained organised, tidy and everything. Things get put back fine. It's just the fact that there's not so much stuff, so that stays, you know, remarkably organised. Work socks, there is a couple of pairs that are in his laundry bin, so I have got an empty container and at the side there, and like I explained, I was going to have them that way, but you can't put so many in. Sorry about that, I was about to drop my phone. So roll them up this way gets more in. So that's his work socks, because he wears industrial boots. And then his thinner socks I've put here again because it's spread out. You can see what's there. Obviously it's taken one pair out today to wear, so you can see what he's got. And I've explained all that, so I don't need to go through all the different socks. So I know he doesn't need any more socks at the moment. All I've said to him is if nothing fits very good or the elastic's tight, as I said, I try not put socks through the tumble dryer, but sometimes it's a necessity during the winter because of the elastic. I said to him, let me know, and just put them in his bin or whatever, and at some point be replaced. This is now his pieces for his sleepwear. So these are long. This is a fairly new set. It has worn them, so they're a long set, long bottoms and top, the same as that one. These are t-shirts. That's a brand new one. These are fairly new. Then he's got like a vest top in case it gets really hot. He's got three lots of shorts, sleeping shorts, and he's got one set on his bed at the moment that he's using. This one is going to stick a bit because it's not been done, so it will stick because there's stuff underneath, like that's a box for his dash cam. Hopefully that, along with the Xbox box, will go under his bed. In here he's got his shorts, and in here is two brand new pairs of pajamas. So I will have to remember he does not need any more long pajamas. Maybe one pair of short pajamas because they are getting old. So that is his drawers. They're all sorted. So probably not in this video, but I've pulled out all his pieces here that was in the drawer. They were on these shelves anyway, and along here I might put them out again, I will see. And this was a gift as well a fair few years ago. It's these tins. As you can see, there's sort of spark plugs and engine valves, because obviously he works in a garage, so it is always sort of like car orientated. I do apologise, my light in here is actually flickering, and of course the Batmobile is there. So I'm not going to start anything else today. I think I'm going to leave the video here, but sometimes it might be that you have to review a system when life changes like mine has, or something happens, or it just doesn't work. It might be a case of just reviewing, sometimes decluttering and organising. Sometimes you might not necessarily have to get rid of anything, but sometimes it helps, because that is the reason why your space doesn't remain organised, because you've got too much stuff in that drawer, cupboard, or whatever space you've got. Other times it's probably your system is not working. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.